Let's go over some on-chain metrics, a technical analysis, and some trade entries. Hey guys, welcome back. And if you're new here, we provide a Bitcoin video and Ethereum analysis every week. We look at the on-chain metrics, sentiment, and do a review of trades that our team puts together. We try to cover mainly the alts that pass our screening process and it's looking good for our trading strategy. So in this video, we'll go over a link video as there are some clear levels that we are looking at. If you're interested in joining a trading community, ours is free and it's listed in the description down below, so do check that out. I've also gained access to another funded account, so if you're interested in me trading this portfolio live, drop me a sub as I'll do either a series on my trades or a live stream trading my portfolio at 1,000 subs. And as always, I'll create timestamps for the video for your guys' convenience, so if you guys want to skip along to the trade entries, I'll have those marked out. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to just go over was the net position change on all exchanges for Chainlink. This is just a bullish or bearish sentiment pretty much. So as the price is dropping, people are buying and taking their coins off exchanges, and as price is increasing, they're transferring their Chainlink back onto the exchanges to sell. So pretty much as we see this red kind of fading in and we start to see some green come out, pretty much all that's going to mean is that price is likely going to keep on either going up following this red line trend, and we're going to get some green, which just means that more people are putting Chainlink onto exchanges to sell. So usually when that happens, we do see higher prices, but we'll go over exactly where I think Chainlink is heading once we get to our analysis. The next thing I wanted to take a look at was whale activity. There has been a lot of whale activity on a lot of exchanges here. As you can see that a lot of whales have been pouring into exchanges. There's been 165 whale transactions, all the way down from around 85 within the last previous week. A lot of whale activity means current bullishness and future bearishness. So that is something we do take account into our analysis. And the last thing I wanted to cover real quick was the trading view metrics. Just taking a look at the oscillators and moving averages, you can see that the market is overly bearish at the moment and there are a lot of strong sell indicators. And if you are retail and you're trading alongside momentum, this is kind of what you're looking at. But on our channel, we try to trade against retail. Not to say we don't ever trade alongside retail, because there are a lot of good opportunities to be taken there as well. So this is just another metric I wanted to cover. So we're just seeing a lot of just current bearishness at the moment. Some of our indicators are even showing that we might have more future bearishness, but we'll get into our analysis here and try to figure out exactly what is going on. So Chainlink is an asset that we've been trading for quite a while on our channel. It's probably one of the first ones that we started trading on the channel, and we have a fairly high win rate trading this asset. I don't quite remember the exact win rate percent, but I'll get that metric added to the screen when I edit the video. But Chainlink's just been in this macro range, and if you've just been trading this as the macro range, probably been doing fairly well on Chainlink here. We caught the bottom here on this trade, and some of us are still holding this trade from the bottom. But in this video, this is more of a weekly analysis, so I wanted to kind of get down to a lower time frame here. But before we get down to that lower time frame, the one level I did really want to cover on Chainlink on a higher time frame was this low right here. So this low on the Binance chart at around $7.01. If this gets closed by a candle close, which it seems like it did barely here, this is actually fairly bearish price action, as a break of this low just means that we have broken market structure, we have a change of character, and likely we're going to see some sort of move up here. We don't know exactly how far, but we'll get to those levels shortly. But just on the higher time frame, we are looking for some sort of retrace here before a larger move down, possibly even visiting range lows. But if we go to a lower time frame here, we'll try to cover exactly what levels that Chainlink might go to. So first I want to go over to the 1 hour chart here. Our team was looking into some short trades that look like this as price was falling. We thought we'd get a deeper retrace before a bigger drop here. I think the trade was something like this, but we didn't quite get that retrace that we were looking for, and price just kind of exhibited some extreme bearishness. But now that our targets have been reached and we've tapped into larger zones of supply here, so if you do take the fib of the swing low to the swing high, you can see that we have reached the golden pocket and a zone of high demand here in this order block, which is this green box right here. But as you know, on our channel, we don't like to set a lot of limits ahead of time, especially when I do my trading. So instead, our entry was actually on the retap of demand right here. So what I mean by that is this. So a lot of times when you get large moves, you will see a lot of ranging. For example, when we got this ranging, we built up a lot of liquidity both on top and on the bottom. And since we are in our area of long interest, we're expecting price to wick out a lot of the early longers, which it did. So we went and wicked out a lot of the early longers, tapping into the smart money or institutional order block here. And as soon as you get a candle close above the recent high, which we did right here, that I denoted by this BB, this line right here, breaking this high right here. That is what is known as your change of character. And now you generate a new zone of demand in this area. So what our trade entry looked like was a long entry alongside this broken base with our stop right below this zone of demand. And I believe we got this zone of demand by going down to a lower time frame. So we go down to the 15-minute, and you can see that we had our zone of demand on this 15-minute right here. So our entry, you can even DCA your entries off the broken base, off a sweep of this low, into this demand zone. And if you wanted your stop to be less sensitive, you could place your stop below the swing low or into, or like below this order block. And you can keep DCing your position into this, but we're fairly certain that we're going to see some sort of pivot here. I personally took my trade on the broken base and on this zone of demand with 2 entries. So on the short term, I'm expecting us to see some sort of retracement up to one of these fib levels. I'm thinking the 0.382, as we have a lot of overlapping values here. We have the 0.382 fib and the monthly VWAP, and a part of is pretty close to the standard deviation or the value area of the weekly VWAP as well. The weekly VWAP is this cloud with the green line, and the monthly VWAP is this cloud with the blue line. For those of you who aren't too familiar with my trading, a lot of times when you're looking for longs, you want price to reclaim value areas. So if we actually go down to a lower time frame here, you can see that, for example, if you wanted to take a long trade, you want price to reclaim value area, and you can see that it quite hasn't reclaimed the monthly value area. That is exactly what I'm looking at to really be convinced of this long trade. But at the moment, we are riding the bottom of the current weekly value area, which is this cloud right here. And I'm expecting us to get a full reclaim fairly soon. And then if we can push up here and reclaim the monthly value area, which is this standard deviation right here, then I'm expecting to see a fairly large move up here to reclaim a lot of this value area and possibly rejection off of the monthly VWAP or the weekly VWAP up here. If price action is fairly bullish, then there is a possibility that we come up here to this broken base, fill up this zone of demand. You can see that we do have a lower time frame zone of demand right here. Let me actually mark that out with a box. So you can expect another retap into this daily order block, which is this larger red box, and also another tap into this lower time frame order block up here. So these are the key levels I'd be looking for. There's a lot of other overlapping values here as well. You have the 0.786 fib alongside the broken base and the value area high of our previous week. So this would be an area of very, very high rejection. And if I were to place a trade right here, I'll probably place my trade on this broken base. We stop right above this swing high. As you can see, we have the highest point of the value area of our previous week right here as well. So if you wanted a very safe bet, I set my stop right above that area. And if you wanted like a DCA position and even higher, a less sensitive stop, you can even place it above the swing high. But me, I like to try to keep my stops as tight as possible to squeeze out as much profit. So this would be a trade I'll be looking at as far as an entry. But in terms of a take profit, we need more price action to really determine that. So as price action develops, I will keep you guys updated with these weekly videos and show you guys exactly where I'm planning to take profits. But as for a long trade, we are in a long trade right now. That looks something like this. And I am targeting this broken base up here and likely looking to take some profits, probably a large chunk on this monthly VWAP, but I'm going to be watching how price action develops. And if price action looks just very bullish, then I'll probably take less profits here and be looking to take more profits on this golden pocket, top of this range, some profits here on the weekly VWAP, and then full profits up here If we are wrong in this zone and we actually do end up just dropping, the two other levels that I'll be looking at to go long are in these two areas as we have a lot of confluence right here as well. We have a pretty large demand zone right here alongside the value area low of March. So this would be a viable trade that I'd be looking at, a trade entry. And then the other area that I'd be looking at are these areas down here where we do have a broken base and another zone of demand. We actually have two broken bases right here. But I believe this broken base, this one that I'm highlighting right now, was from, this one was from a while ago. And the demand from this has pretty much already been filled. So I don't think we'll go all the way down here, but rather I would likely say that we would see more of a drop like this. And then, you can keep your stop less sensitive down here, as this would be a probably longer swing trade. And you can even set your stop below this. It just really depends on how you like to trade. Setting stops and whatnot, it's kind of more towards your risk tolerance and your own strategy. But for me, if I was gonna set my stops here for this bottom trade here, I probably set a less sensitive stop, but have a higher risk tolerance and DCM my position into this, as I believe this would be, I don't think this low would get broken here, and we would see some sort of move like this to a larger move back up. So just to recap, I do think we are short-term bullish, and we are going to see these targets, as that is why I enter this trade. But if I am wrong, these are the other two levels that I'm currently looking at, and I'll be looking to at least take these profits to range highs here. But as always, as price action develops, as we are price action traders on this channel, I will keep you guys updated every week on Chainlink, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few other altcoins here. So do ring the notification bell if you guys haven't already, as a lot of my content can be time sensitive. So if there's something important that I want to get to you guys, I want you guys to try to take advantage of it ASAP. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please let me know. I try to keep this video a little bit shorter, but hopefully this information was useful to you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.